Question is, how and what criteria do you use to determine the target population? And then is the fault line around the project area, because this is in Suswa and that particular region has been in the news lately, going to have any impact on the project implementation? And then thirdly, the scale of the project seems understated for a $10 million cost. Could you elaborate? Very quickly.
Thank you. How do you determine the target population? Now let's go back to Remy Martin. And Remy came here to sell off coffee farm, coffee plantation. What helps you to determine the target population is the type of project you have in mind. Remy thought he could create an upscale residential property out of the coffee, because coffee, that Gong area is not so suitable for coffee. And so there were some wealthy British people living here, and they needed a place to go to compete with Ubrica on the opposite side, the southwest part of Nairobi. So the target population for him becomes obvious. It's upscale. There are white people looking for such place to go and do fun stuff like hunting. And then the land was too big to sell. But to make it viable, he creates a minimally viable project, very tiny, the golf course, which occupies only a few acres. All right, out of thousands of acres. And so then, he knows who plays golf, and so he goes there. Similarly, let's say a Kwanzaa City project, okay? If we were to create a human engagement project, who would be the eventual user of that place? Maybe people living around here in Kenya. We could determine the total value of Kwanzaa, and then convert that value into units, like shares, and sell shares to Kenyans over a period of 3 or 4 years, and we have enough money to build. So the utility, the user, the end user, is the target population. We can have this conversation much more, and depends on the intent, what you intend to do with the project. Number 2, the fault line is Suswa. Very unfortunate. We have to move the project from there, but the principles of design is the same. Because, well, you're not planning a long-term large capital project on something that could go. We don't know. The geological studies are conflicting. Some people are saying it's just a fault line. I'm not sure whether we are dividing, we're breaking off from the African continent, like some people are saying. So that area is out of question. We have looked for other property over the last year, and we have found several interesting places, proposals, which we would migrate. But for illustration purposes and the design, because the master plan is the same, we still use that. 10 million. It's not 10 billion, it's 10 billion. The scale is right in place. Yeah. $10 billion, not shillings. Yeah.
All right, just then a couple of other questions. So how are the concept development costs met? How will the buyers, suppliers accept a mode of payment controlled by the developer? And then could you please expand on the place of the cryptocurrency on your project, kindly?
Yes. So how did we finance the development? So what we did is, again, use traditional fiat currency financing and traditional financing technologies based from small level financing to large scale. So beginning, I was in the United States working there as a medical professional and also in the universities. And I found that studying finance goes from very, very small low-level financing using shares of common stock. It's all equity financing. So we authorized 2 billion shares of common stock and another 20 million shares of preferred stock. And that time, 2014, not so long ago, we started a private sale in a private placement for the preferred stock, each at 50 US cents per share. And then very quickly, because we had shares and a lot of them, we said that we are going to put the remaining shares, particularly the common shares, into the stock market through the National Association of Securities Dealers quotation index. That is this NASDAQ market in New York City. When you do that, the moment you do that, the project gains value immediately because shares represent a project. So we were able to sell lots of shares to Kenyans in the diaspora. That's how we finance the initial stages. And we got the master planning, architects, engineers, get to hire a lot of people, and we're still going on. Today, the shares are worth $100 in the private market, which means they have gone from 50 cents to $100. That is 200 times increase, and that is just how the thing is, right? And so, what's the other question? It's like,
All right, so there was a question about how will the buyer suppliers accept a mode of payment which is controlled by the developer?
Yeah. Now, and of course that ties with the cryptocurrency, which is exciting, very exciting, because it brings the idea of crypto economics, which was built by guys like Vitalik Buterin, who took the idea of crypto markets from the Bitcoin, which is a protocol for creating computer-based money, to the next level, which you can now build a lot of decentralized decentralized applications, just like the apps you have on your phone. The greatest achievement in that is that you, as the creator of cryptocurrency, you can program incentives for good behavior. Just like the way when you take Uber, the Uber driver drives you well, you give him stars. Okay? When you give the Uber stars, now in the future of crypto markets, or the crypto economics, you give positive points to someone, those points convert into cash. And so people can be paid by the society for doing good. When the money is programmed, which is what these gentlemen are doing here, when it is programmed on the computer, that program is written for its life. It's unchangeable. So basically, what we do is just like Remy Martin created a life membership, and it was written in a contract. These guys will finance this project, will be there for life. So you are able to build life contract using smart contracts on the computer in the cryptocurrency market. And that way, those contracts are unchangeable. So it is not a developer controlled anymore. It is a contract or smart contract controlled marketplace. And this is very beautiful because it eradicates corruption completely.
All right, so there's a question here. If you want to maintain control 100% of your business entity, how applicable is the current human approach model?
Well, again, we don't want to control it. In fact, we want to have no control of it. That's why we hope that we can sell the entire set of Ubricons, because once those Ubricons have gone to the market, then the market have control. Now, what's going on in the cryptocurrency market, this thing in crypto economics, is that the people buy coins, honestly tokens, as utility tokens. They give them use of the ecosystem. See? So once those coins have left our hands, they're within the people, but allows them certain incentives to continue living and using services in that. So this is not an equity investment program for the cryptocurrency. It is buying a utility token that gives you access to an ecosystem. So the control is handed over to the people completely. So what is the difference between here and what Remy did was that Remy did not have the technology. We're doing that on paper. What cryptocurrency has done is to do exactly what Remy did, but the contract is managed by the computer system. See? It's exactly the same. Because you see, Remy handed over the human project to current country club. So, in this case, instead of handing the human project to current country club, we hand it over to the cryptocurrency, which builds a crypto economics around it.
All right, just still in that regard. So what is the initial price offering of Ubrica coin? Is it open to the public? How can I purchase the Ubrica coin?
Great question. The Ubrica coin current price just came out 2 weeks ago, June 1, going at 50 shillings per coin, and it's going to continue implementing. Presently, we're in a private sale, where in a private sale means that, first of all, we invite people like yourselves, and it's open to buying, but we have to create a white list. White list is similar to what Remy Martin did with the 30 people. Those were the white list people who came in. It's not public because people just bring themselves and say, I want to be part of this. Then after 8 weeks, we do a private pre-sale. But right now, you come. The first stage is to go to Ethereum. Some of the person who's asking this knows how this goes. Go to Ethereum and open an Ethereum wallet. You create an Ethereum wallet, and then that Ethereum wallet gives you an address. If you want to participate in private sale, you can send us the address for your Ethereum, the Ethereum wallet by email, info@ubrica.com, and then you get whitelisted by Wisdom Member right there, and we install it in the office. So we create a whitelist, and this means these are people who were the initial supporters of the coin. Of course, when you're very early, just like Remy did, you get a lot of incentives. Okay? Then we can ask about incentives during dinner, but there's a whole set of incentives that are built in a smart contract. And then, once that happens, August 1, we open the private public pre-sale, right? And then we go on until we do an initial coin offering. That process may take about up to 6 months, and then we think about how to do a coin exchange. So we hope that we're able to sell at least maybe 80% of the 10 billion coins, that means 8 billion, go to the market. And so that's the large cap, and eventually that money comes into this country to help develop all the development projects in China. Thank you.
All right, and just the last question here. What is the status of the Ubrica project, and what is the general program?
Well, let's talk about the general program so you understand the status. The general program, the Ubrica project, it says, is life science health production project. We want to develop capacity for life science in this country, maybe for African continent, which we don't have any other moment. That means science, biology-based sciences, medicine-based sciences. Go to research and development, commercialization, translation of knowledge, creating medicines, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and support the universities. 10 billion coins make a major difference in this nation. So the first project in that is to make sure that the future consumers, the thing about utility, people who would use these life science services and health services have money in their pocket. So we found that people don't have money because they don't have a market for their products. So we create a marketplace, and we're going to invest a lot of money in building a marketplace which is online. And we're experimenting now with online marketplace, even for the village. We call it Soko Janja, right? We call it Soko Janja. It is a point of departure from Soko Mjinga. Soko Mjinga is how we retail our things in this country. And so Soko Janja, we've been building it, is almost complete, but it's online. So we're doing testing, and we are listing things that would ordinarily not find way to be a big market. Smoky, vegetables, things made by our local people. So you can buy things that you won't find in the big shopping malls in Soko Janja. See, that's the first project. And that is also the initial project for the coin offering. We have set aside 1 billion coins to develop Soko Janja. We know that we have about 14 million families in Kenya who are excluded from the marketplace. Without market for their products, that 14 million families will never have access to healthcare, with or without the talk of universal health coverage. So we have to make it an honest job for us, every one of us, to make sure yourself as a professional and yourself as a farmer producer, whatever you produce is listed in the marketplace. And then, because we know that money comes from selling things to one another, then we have to, 14 million families cover about 1,470 villages. And this means that we have to be able to reach every village in the country, and that's why the coin is very important to help us to get that level. Then, when you have the total of village coverage, then we can think about implementing clinics. We call them Ubrica Retail Clinical Centers. A clinic with a retail store, whereby if people in the village are making things, they need a place to take them where they can be seen and collected so that they can be sold or transported to other places. So we can think about creating that from next year. So this year is all about Soko Janja. Next year, we talk clinical centers. Meanwhile, if we accelerate fast, we're able to do things quickly, then we can think about science and technology parks for universities. That means financing. So like Kenyatta University has a lot of people who are doing great stuff, but they cannot find their way to the market because there's no money. There's no way to raise money. So every person who is doing great stuff is eligible for financing. So we go around this world selling the coin to fund science technology parks for 66 universities. And then, so that is project for 2019, 2020, 2022. We think about now putting together the biomedical industrial facility. So between now And 2024, we have time to evaluate whether Suswa is the right place, or should we put it somewhere else? With luck, we can do that much faster. But that is a timeline for the project. Yeah.
I thank you very much, Dr. Mashari Oronge. We appreciate taking time just to respond to the queries that have been raised by some of the people in the audience. Another round of applause for Dr. Mashari.